Hi guys, I'm Andrew. I work for Anest Iwata. I'm here at the Anest Iwata Training Centre today. So today is what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what you need to do to pull down a spray gun and clean it properly. So today is what I've got the Cell 23. I've got the gun spinner that comes with the gun. I've got some paint thinners, which is general purpose lacquer thinner. I've got a little squirty bottle. And I've got some parts that have come out of the Cell 23 cleaning kit. I'm just going to open up the Cell 23, all different types of pipe cleaners and brushes and bits and pieces to clean the gun with. These are the parts that I'm going to use for this particular gun, but these parts are for other guns as well. So it's a very good kit that you can have for cleaning all different types of jobs. So the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is this gun's finished spraying from yesterday. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of thinners in it and I'm going to spray it out just to get any residual paint that's left in the gun out. So as you can see, I'm in a spray booth in a well ventilated area to do this. So that's good enough. I'm going to empty the residual thinner out. And then I'm going to pull the gun apart. And this is how I generally do it. I take off the gauge first, put that aside, take off the paint pot, put that aside, and then the first thing I do is I take off the air cap, soak that in thinner. Then is what I do is I take out the fluid needle, which is this one at the back. I put that aside and take out the actual needle itself. Now this particular gun's a bit of a monster. It's a 3.5 fluid tip, so we could get as much product onto the job as possible. I'll let that soak in the thinner. I then take my trusty Iwata gun spinner that comes with the kit, and I take off the fluid nozzle. And I'll let that soak in the thinner. Now as all I have is the gun body itself to clean. So I'm going to use this little brush here, or this brush here, just with the residual thinner that I've got with the parts cleaning, and I'm going to use this squirter bottle to squirt over the top of it just to soften what's actually on the gun. So notice I'm not soaking the gun or the air passageways in the thinner. That's the most important thing. So what I want to do is just take any residual overspray off this gun. And as you can see, it's softened and it's coming off very easily. This is probably quicker using a brush. Both sides. Because I've let this dry overnight, guys, and it's a 1K product, it's a little bit tougher to get off. But because it's a 1K product, it's going to soften with this thinner, which it's doing now. It's coming off quite easily now. Now it's been soaked a bit. Now I'm just going to rinse off that overspray. And if you have a look closely, that looks pretty clean so far, but I'm not done yet. So that's what I'm going to do now with the bottle brush. So that's the top part of the gun. Now what I want to do is clean the inside here. So notice I'm not soaking the gun. I'm only doing it by hand and using thinner coming out of this little squirty bottle. I'm pretty happy with this gun so far. It's cleaned up really easily. So I'm going to give it another squirt of thinner. I'm going to grab my air blower. And then I'm going to blow dry the gun. So if you have a close look at that, guys, that gun there has got no paint left on it. The internals are fairly clean. If there's anything I've missed, I'll double check it and go at it again. There's a little bit around this edge, but if you noticed, I use an air blower rather than a rag. The reason why I do this is because when you blow dry something, you're not putting lint into your gun. So next time you use the gun, it's going to be free of lint. So when you put paint in there, less chance of getting contaminants in your paintwork next time you use it. So there we go again, we just got that bit off. Have another look at that, that's a lot better. Okay, so now I'm going to leave that aside and I'm going to work on the gun parts. So this is a air cap now, and if you have a close look at this, you'll see there's build-up of paint on the horns of the gun. The brush is the best thing to use on that. So you just brush it off. It's been soaking in thinner, so it should be fairly soft and come off quite easily. So now I've got the fluid nozzle. These little brushes here, little bottle brushes, are fantastic for cleaning the inside of the nozzle tip. You don't want to use things like metal or wood or anything like that to try to clean if something's gone hard. Always try to soften it with thinner and use a soft brush. So now that's clean, I'll put that aside. Now I've got the fluid needle, I'll give that a brush off. I actually do wipe that with a rag and always wipe away from myself. I like that, it's nice and clean straight away. Okay, now I'm going to have another attempt at the air cap. Okay, we've got another little bottle brush, very fine little bottle brush, it's good for the horns. Give that a little go in there. Give it a rinse off. Air cap, I blow dry. Put that aside. Now the gun's clean, the parts are clean, it's just the pot's dirty. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to assemble the gun again, but I'll show you how I'm going to assemble it. I'm going to put the fluid nozzle in first, this is very important. Fluid nozzle first. Tighten it. Just nip tight. Doesn't have to be too tight. I'll get the needle and I'll put a little bit of oil on where the packing nut sits on the needle. Just here. You don't want it everywhere, all over where the paint's going to be. You just want it to fit into this area here where the packing nut is. So when it goes in, you get a nice free action. Then I'll put the spring and the adjuster on. So it's nice and free now. Put the air cap back on. As you can see, the air cap in the front of the gun is nice and clean. So once the pot's clean, I can put the pot back on this, put a bit of thinner in it, spray it out, job's done. Have a great day, guys. Bye.